Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to walk you through building a professional-grade spam email detector. I have seen this project take down production systems when done incorrectly, because most people treat text like static data rather than a complex classification problem. By the end of this video, you will have a functional AI app that classifies emails in under a second. Let us get started on this journey. This is part 2 of our AI project series. To build a robust classifier, we follow a strict 7-stage pipeline. Specifically, we will cover dataset structure, data exploration, text cleaning, tokenization, stemming, vectorization, and finally, training and deployment with Streamlit. These are the 7 stages we will cover in this video, so do not skip ahead. Watch all the way through to actually understand this properly. Quick note, before we dive in, this channel shares practical IT tutorials daily. So if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community linked in the description for more resources. Now, why do we need natural language processing for this? Think about it. A computer does not know what a word is. It only knows numbers. Without NLP, your spam filter is just a list of bad words. That is fragile. Someone writes free instead of free and your filter fails. NLP allows us to process language contextually. This is more critical than most people realize. Here is the architectural path we are taking. We start with raw, messy email text. We clean it through preprocessing. We then convert those words into a numerical matrix using TF-IDF. Finally, that matrix is fed into our model to decide if the email is spam or ham. Let us move to the first stage. Stage 1 is your data. As we saw in part 1, the quality of your model is determined by your dataset. In this project, we use a classic structure. We have an email column and a label column. 0 for legitimate emails, which we call ham, and 1 for spam. Without this labeled data, the model has nothing to learn from. In stage 2, we load our data using pandas. Pandas is a library that treats your CSV file like an Excel spreadsheet in memory. On line 4, we read the file. Line 7 shows you the first few rows, and line 10 tells you exactly how many spam versus ham messages exist in your set. This is crucial for checking if your data set is balanced. This output confirms our data is loaded. You can see the label counts at the bottom. We have about 4,800 legitimate emails and 700 spam emails. This is a classic imbalanced data set, which is a common scenario in production environments. Stage 3 is cleaning. Computers are sensitive to case and punctuation. If you leave congratulations as is, the machine sees it as a unique string. By lowercasing it and removing punctuation using the string library, we normalize the input. This makes 1 and 1 identical to the computer. That is how we reduce noise. See the difference. The punctuation is gone and everything is lowercase. This is the exact format your model needs to see patterns clearly. Now for stage 4, tokenization. This is where you split a sentence into a list of individual words. We use the NLTK library for this. It is the industry standard for NLP tasks. Why do we do this? Because we need to process every word individually to see if it is a spammy word or a hammy word. The output is a Python list. Now each word is a separate object we can analyze. This is the foundation of our next step. Stage 5 is about efficiency. We remove stopwords. These are common words like the, or, is that, carry no classification value. We also use a stemmer to reduce words to their root. Winning becomes win. Winning and winner both become win. This drastically reduces the number of features the model has to learn. In stage 6, we use TF-IDF. This stands for term frequency, inverse document frequency. It assigns a weight to words. Words that appear everywhere, like email, get a low score. Words that appear only in spam, like free, get a very high score. This transforms your text into a matrix of numbers that logistic regression can process. Finally, stage 7, deployment. We use Streamlit to create a web interface. It takes the text, transforms it using the same TF-IDF model we used in training, and makes a prediction. If the model returns 1, we show an error. If 0, we show a success message. This is how you bridge the gap between a notebook and a real-world tool. If you see this error, it is because you did not save your vectorizer. You must save the TF-IDF object as a file and load it in your app. Otherwise, the app uses a new, empty vocabulary and the feature counts will never match. Always pickle your vectorizer alongside your model. Think about a logistics company. They send millions of updates. Attackers send fake emails to drivers to steal credentials. This pipeline acts as a first line of defense. By catching these phishing attempts automatically, they save hundreds of hours of security work every single month. That is the real-world impact of these models. You now know the full 7-stage pipeline. Remember, your model is only as good as your data quality. Pre-processing is where most of the work actually happens. TF-IDF is your bridge between text and math. Never forget to pickle your vectorizer to avoid runtime errors and use Streamlit to get your model in front of users quickly. This is the core of production NLP. These are the core concepts to carry forward from this video. If you found this video helpful and you think it can help others in the community too, please do like and hype the video. It helps more people find this content. Hit subscribe to stay updated for our regular videos. Join our WhatsApp community using the link in the description where we share more practical IT resources daily. In the next video, we will cover AI Projects 3, where we implement a real-time face detection system. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.